I saw a comment on a YouTube video the other day where someone was saying they didn't identify themselves as a YouTuber because they only had 11k subs, which stuck out as peculiar to me because I identify myself as a YouTuber even though I have less than 300. I don't think being a YouTuber should be defined by how many subscribers or views you have. If you make videos for YouTube, then surely by default you are a YouTuber. I make these videos for YouTube not to gain subscribers or views or money or anything like that. I simply make these videos because I enjoy making them. Anyway, that train of thought got me thinking about my creativity in general. I like to think of myself as quite a creative person. As well as being a YouTuber, I also identify myself as a writer, a filmmaker and an actor. I identify myself as those things because I enjoy doing those things. I enjoy acting. I've been in plays before, I did it in A-level. I enjoy filmmaking, I'm on a filmmaking course. Filmmaking is kind of what made me start this channel in the first place, all those years ago. Oh, don't look at those videos please, they're bad. And I identify myself as a writer. I've never had anything published, but I write a lot, and a lot and a lot. So I identify myself as a writer. But there is a big problem that comes with being a creative person, and that is that you can't be creative all the time. I'm a big believer in the fact that you can't force creativity. Creativity is very fickle. It comes when it will and goes when it wants to. Hey, Tom, what isn't creativity? I've got an idea for how you can start your next chapter. Oh, really? Great! Right, creativity, I'm ready to write. What was your idea? Oh, sorry Tom, I've forgotten. But hey, look at that sunset! I've had creative blocks in the past, some that have only lasted a few days, some that have lasted months. That's why any time a creative idea pops into my head, I write it down in my notes app. Which is why my notes app is full of notes that don't really make sense. I mean, they make sense to me because I know what I'm talking about, but if anyone other than me looked at them. For an example, here's a sentence. The Night of 1,000 Stars is an event that occurred in the storm that time forgot, where a massacre of Forelix took place in Palanos. That is a bit of backstory for a book I'm writing. While I say that you can't force creativity, that doesn't mean that you can't sort of open the door and invite it in. Metaphors. I find some of the best ways to overcome creative blocks is to just stop trying to be creative and go and do something completely unrelated. Go hang out with friends, go play some video games, go watch a film. Doing exercise might also help, although personally I prefer the video games option. I find often when I go for walks, ideas tend to flow more freely through my mind, so walks are good. So don't be afraid to take breaks, don't be afraid to shut your mind off, go for walks, and a very important one is find inspiration. I was inspired to write my book by Lord of the Rings. I finished reading Lord of the Rings for the first time, put Return of the King down and was just like, that was great. I want to write something like that. Along the way I've also been influenced by other things like A Song of Ice and Fire, and a bit of Harry Potter. So this kind of ties in with the shutting your mind off part. Do the things that you enjoy. Watch the films you like, watch TV shows you like, read the books you like, just to help you get little bits of inspiration into your head. What am I doing? So I guess that was tips for overcoming creator's block. I mean, it was really me just rambling on and on about writing and such, but hey, this whole channel is basically me rambling on, except this time I wasn't talking about my personal flaws. But don't worry, my self-deprecating sense of humour will probably be back in next week's video. Until then, thank you for watching. Comment below if you've ever had problems with creator's block and if you've got tips on how to solve it. If you want to see more of me, you can subscribe. You can also follow me on social media, and if you enjoyed this video, feel free to like and share it. As always, thanks for watching, and I will see you next week. Prepare for the dumbest escape you'll ever see.